So we all know Lemuel Gulliver has seen some pretty wild stuff, right? Giants, tiny people, you name it. But his final voyage, this one's different. It doesn't kick off with that usual sense of adventure. Instead, there's this weird feeling, this premonition that whatever happens next is going to change absolutely everything.
And it all starts with this one strange moment. Even before he really gets going, he catches the look in a horse's eyes, and it just stops him in his tracks. There's an unease there, a curiosity. It's this flash of intelligence that kind of foreshadows the incredible and, frankly, deeply unsettling world he's about to stumble into.
Okay, so how does this final, fateful journey even begin? Well, this time, it's not about seeking out new worlds. Nope, it starts with betrayal. He's cast out by his own people, left completely alone, which sets the stage for this whole harrowing chapter of his life.
Can you imagine? His own crew mutinies, and they basically tell him, a man of thought and observation, that he's unfit to be among them. They set him adrift, totally powerless, and his fate is just left to the ocean, which, as it happens, dumps him on a completely unknown shore.
So, Gulliver washes ashore, right, and he doesn't find, a simple deserted island. Instead, he comes face to face with two radically different forms of life. And these two groups, they represent the huge philosophical battle at the heart of this strange new land.
The very first thing he encounters is the Yahoo, and it's just a moment of pure, gut-wrenching shock. He sees this creature, it's hunched, hairy, violent, and disturbingly human-shaped. But it's all savage instinct. It's like a terrifying glimpse of humanity, with the civilized mask completely ripped off.
So just as he's fighting off these savage Yahoos, another creature appears, and it's a horse, but it's calm, composed, and radiates intelligence. All that chaos from the Yahoos just vanishes, replaced by the serene presence of this new being, the Houyhnhnm, and Gulliver is just stunned, absolutely speechless.
And I mean, the contrast could not be more dramatic. You've got the Yahoo on one side, all violence and unchecked impulse, and on the other, the Houyhnhnms, calm, rational, intelligent. This isn't just about two different species, This is a war between our most basic instincts and our higher reason, playing out right in front of him.
Led by this incredible horse, Gulliver walks into a world that is totally unlike anything he has ever experienced. It's a full-on society of intelligent animals, and it's built on principles that are totally alien to anything human. Now, what's so wild here is what their society doesn't have. All the vices that pretty much define human civilization, they're just gone. There's no concept of ruling over somebody else, no lust for possessions, no weapons for war, and, get this, absolutely no capacity to lie. And this gets to the very core of their philosophy. To a Houyhnhnm, a lie is the thing which is not. It's a concept so foreign they can barely even wrap their minds around it. Their entire life is guided by pure, unfiltered reason and absolute truth. And slowly, Gulliver starts to learn this way of thinking himself.
So, as Gulliver starts to get used to this rational society, he's forced to confront those creatures from the beach again, the Yahoos. And this is where the story takes a really dark psychological turn.
He's watching the Yahoos in their enclosure. They're filthy, they're fighting over shiny rocks, they're driven by pure greed and violence. And he has this sickening realization. Their behavior isn't just animalistic, it's a grotesque parody of humanity's absolute worst instincts. He's seeing the raw, ugly truth of his own species.
And the Houyhnhnms see it too. They see that Gulliver can reason, sure, but they can't ignore the chilling physical similarity he shares with the savage Yahoos. This observation, delivered so calmly by his host, triggers this profound identity crisis in Gulliver. If he looks like a Yahoo, then what is he?
Yeah, this resemblance quickly becomes more than just an uncomfortable truth. To a society of pure logic, it becomes a problem that has to be solved. The Houyhnhnms' perfect reason is about to be applied directly to Gulliver, and believe me, the outcome is terrifying.
So the Houyhnhnm Council gets together, and they debate this one central question. They see Gulliver as this dangerous anomaly, a creature with the body of a Yahoo, but a mind that can reason. And in their perfectly logical world, what if he were to organize the other Yahoos? Reason to them could actually be a weapon.
And in this terrible, tragic twist, Gulliver ends up sealing his own fate. They ask him to describe his home, and using the brutal honesty he's learned from them, he explains human concepts like war, law, money,
and power. To his hosts, his honest description sounds like a catalog of horrors, like a confession on behalf of all mankind.
I mean, when you put it side by side like this, the virtues of the Houyhnhnms next to the vices of humanity that Gulliver himself just laid out, the conclusion is just inescapable. From their perspective, his species isn't just flawed, it's a dangerous, irrational force in the universe.
And so the verdict comes down, but it's not delivered with anger or hate. It's delivered with cold, dispassionate logic. For the safety and stability of their perfect world, the anomaly, this reasoning Yahoo, has to be removed. It's not a punishment, it's simply a necessity.
So Gulliver is cast out once again, but this time it's so much worse. He's not just being exiled from a place, he's being exiled from an ideal. He has seen a better way to be, a more perfect way to exist, and now he can never go back to who he was before. His host's final words are just crushing. It's not a condemnation. It's a gentle, almost sad instruction. They're acknowledging that he's touched reason, and now they're sending him back to the world of Yahoos with this impossible, soul-crushing burden. Be the best version of a creature he now hates.
And this is it. This is his final, soul-shattering realization. Cast out of a rational paradise, he sails away seeing all of humanity and himself as nothing more than Yahoos. The fear isn't of some beast out there anymore. The fear is of the beast within.
And that's the devastating question this voyage leaves us with. After you've witnessed a society of pure reason and truth, how do you possibly go back to a world of lies, war, and greed? Gulliver's final journey wasn't about finding a new land. It was about losing his own humanity. And you have to wonder, was what he found a paradise? Or was it a truth just too terrible to live with?